Now let's take our bee and make him actually fight. Let's turn this into a real encounter. So there are a couple of things that I want to do. I want to have some platforms that the player can jump on to try to shoot at the bee and blast, but I want to also have the bee shoot lightning back at them. I also want to have the bee do a straightforward bolt shot that just kind of fires off and hits the player if they happen to be standing in front of them. We have a couple different visual effects and I want to try to use them all. So let's start by adding some platforms so we can get a feel for it, and then we'll add some powerful lightning effects that can kill the player to those as well. We'll first take this, let's go with the, I've got a grass platform 2 here. I'm just going to duplicate that and drag it over here to, I think, right about the same height. So I'm going to go with a 50 and a 2 here. I'm going to take this and make it underneath my bee encounter, since it's going to be part of this bee encounter, and I'm going to call this a bee platform instead of a grass platform. Now I want to modify this platform, but first I want to get a couple of them in position and figure out how I want them to be placed. So I'm going to duplicate this, drag it over here like that, I think, then duplicate, drag over a bit more. I want to go with kind of even numbers. What was that, 60, and what was the other one at? 50, let's go with 55. So we'll go over by 5 each time. And I think 3 is probably good. I want to then duplicate those and then drag them down a bit and kind of off center. So like maybe like that or like that. I'm thinking maybe more like that. I'm not sure on the exact positions. I might want to raise or lower them a little bit, but I think that that's pretty close to where I'd like them to be. So I've got some platforms that our player can now jump on and bounce around. Let's just hit play, make sure that those are in a good position. So I come over here. I can go up on these platforms. Yep, I can kind of like shoot, blast, go up and around. Hopefully that bee doesn't touch me. Go, hey, get back, Mr. Bee. I'm thinking maybe the bee might even need to end up a little bit further to the right here. So yeah, let's make a couple minor adjustments here. To do that, we'll just take our bee cinematic here. I'm going to go to the timeline and we'll go find our, let's go select that bee cinematic. We'll go find the bee animation right here, hit the record button, and right here at the end, go to that end part. I'm going to just move him so that he's over to the right a little bit. So we'll go W, we're going to have him end kind of over there. Just going to go right around here, do a loop, and then go flying right back. Let's zoom that in just a little bit. B root, W. There we go. I had my keyframe out just a little too far. I think we're good there. Let's see. It's going to go down and then back up. Okay, cool. That's in a slightly better ending position. And I've got these platforms kind of where I want them. So now I want, oh, let's stop recording. I want these things to be deadly. I want them to have a little lightning bolt that can pop up and kill the player. We've got a lightning bolt visual effect inside of the prefabs folder that came with the bee. So I'm going to go find that. Go find our lightning. And I'm going to drag it down to be a child of this bee platform. Look at that, I've got this big giant lightning here. If I go to my game view, well, I can't see it in there, but if I go down here, I could play it. We'll play it in a moment, actually. Let's first, though, make sure that it appears on top of our platform. I don't like how it's showing right behind our platform, so we're going to expand it out. Go find the 2 sprite renderers that are children of this lightning, the 1 and the shadow. See, these are 2 sprite renderers we've got. And we're going to change their sorting layer. I'm going to hit sorting layer and hit add sorting layer. We'll hit plus, and we're going to add effects. We're going to have effects show up on top of everything else so they're kind of like right there in your face. I think that's the way that they should be. We'll go select 1 and shadow. Change that sorting layer over to effects, and there we go, it's now on top. I'm also going to move this lightning object up. I'm going to select it, hold control, and drag it up to right about there. Now, I'm not sure if I want to keep that size or shrink it down. I think for now, though, I'm going to leave it nice and big, and then we'll press play. Let's just run over there and watch it and see it in action for a second. It's always cool to go check out your actual particle effects. You can see it's got this lightning. Okay, my position is actually off. I do need to lower it back down. So let's put that back down to a 0. No, that's too high. Let's go to a 0.5. I think that might be just about right. There we go. Looks like it's kind of landing at the right spot. Let's go with maybe a 0.4. Yeah, that's even better. So I'm going to adjust it to a 0.4. I need to stop playing though, and then go back in not in play mode and change it to the 0.4. Now I've got this B platform and I don't want to modify the prefab here, because if I do, I'm going to change all of the platforms, including this one over here that's not supposed to be a B specific one. So instead, we're going to create a new prefab variant. I'm going to hit select, and then that's going to give me my prefabs folder. And I've got quite a few prefabs in here, so I think it's probably time to create a folder for platforms. I'll create a subfolder and call this platforms. And I'm just going to take all of the platform objects that we have, and I'll move them into there real quick. And then we'll create our prefab variant after that. Once we've got these just kind of moved out of the way and a little bit cleaned up. It's always good to start creating folders once you get too many things. And I feel like this is probably just about too many. So we've got our moving platform. Yep, there we go. Take all of those. And I'm going to drag them up into platforms. All right, so now we've got our platforms folder. I'm going to take this B platform, drag it down, and make it be a prefab variant. I've got a B platform variant. I don't know if I like the name variant in there, so I'm just going to select it and remove the word variant. I'm going to select all of my other B platforms now, 1 through 5 here, right click, and find that prefab option, choose replace. And then now I can find my B platform, and I've got a bunch of B platforms. I can save, play, and I should see the lightning just appearing at all of them. And we're just about ready to start taking control of them. Let's go over here. There we go. Lightning is appearing everywhere. I'm sure you can imagine that's pretty dangerous and deadly. That B sorting layer is terrible, but that looks pretty scary. So let's finish up by fixing the B sorting layer, and then we'll start writing code in a moment. Let's go to the B, find the B root, expand them out, and actually let's just open up the prefab for it. I'm going to hit the arrow there, and we'll find all of the sprite renderers. So up here we're going to do T equals sprite renderer, and then that should just select only sprite renderers. I'll find all of the objects. We're going to do that equals. It used to be a colon, but they changed it to an equals. And now that we've got all the sprite renderers selected, we're going to change the sorting layer. Instead of it being on default, we'll change it to enemies. Go back, hit save, and now I want to play one more time. Just watch that cinematic, and then we'll save and commit our changes. Let's just jump over here, though, and make sure that the B looks good. The effects look good. B is showing up in front of stuff. We can see the transparency in his wings. I think he's going to look pretty awesome once he's animating and controlling these attacks. All right, we'll stop playing. We'll go into plastic, and we'll say that we've added B platforms with lightning visuals and check in.